this game. Actually, I need to fight. What is it? Can I put this on charge as well, this phone?
This program will be brought to you by the following sponsors.
You never know, someone might be wanting to
Persona 4 Arena! Welcome to the Velvet.
Lend me your
well.
strength.
Wait. I always forget.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place
Very well.
There we go. Alright.
Final. Fight.
Summoning. Won't you have it? Impressive. Fantastic. Receive.
We're through.
Oh my. You're fine. Receive. Oh my. Oh my. Let's go. Receive. Opening my deck. Opening my deck.
Doesn't anyone...
I'm surprised.
Oh. Just when I thought I'd managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth Sang gets back up elegantly, as if nothing had just happened. Suddenly I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. The next moment, I was swallowed into a torrent of power, like a leaf being blown into the air, without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs as I'm spun about, before I can tell, up from down, the floor jumps towards me and I enter the cloud. Alright, 1 second. I need to check the volume's working. Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know. We'll see. Am I going to lose? No. As my consciousness fades, I see the faces of my friends and I, all those I had fought up against until now. It's like that story that you see your life flash before your eyes, just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? Not over, I haven't lost yet. I'll fight as much as I have. In order to save my friends, I have to keep fighting. I've come so far, I cannot lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth Sanchez.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still.
I believed you were at the
unable.
limits of your stamina after the battle against Igus earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself, as if to
This
confirm
was
some
truly an
suspicion.
intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flew? Chimneys. In any case, I am quite pleased.
The hell? Even after a battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed her, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me, and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth Samuel.
May I ask you something? To continue fighting in
What?
order to prevent an undesirable future, it is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret's and Elizabeth Sand's words
Yeah,
came together in my
working
mind.
for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Well said. Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what's truly important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind does it matter if you open the door or not.
I would keep fighting
That's how I
for the future we want.
Elizabeth Sand smiles at my answer. Seems to form a dweller of the velvet room. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point, doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to
Well,
understand her a little better.
It's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Igerstan getting to her feet behind me.
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Igerstan doesn't seem to be very hurt, or damaged, or whatever you would say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her.
You are
either.
very
It was
kind.
getting ridiculous.
We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
Huh? Isn't that normal? Seeing you
Igerstan
smile
laughs
like
at
that, I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Igerstan stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious
You
look
have
in her eyes.
defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward. But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
I have no reason to say no. I look Igerstan square in the eye and nod reassuringly. So, Igerstan told me about her directive, and it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you, and she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her. My older sister, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labris. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot
Tell
to
me
do, I
more
can't
about
ignore
Labris,
it.
and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately,
Igerssan's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but that she really is no different from a human. As I'm listening to her, I think about what this means in my search for Labris.
So you don't know what
Not
she looks
helpful.
like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with.
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labris is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. Could Miss President...
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
Then there is no way Miss President could be Labrys. I could tell at first glance that Aegisthun was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated.
All right, in any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labrys is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrugged slightly. I don't want to leave. Aegisthun must sense what I'm
Thank
trying
you.
to do and smile.
I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Aegisthun a determined nod and run out of the classroom. Okay. But man, what a busy golden week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddie, and I'll search for Labrys somewhere in here. If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at June's food court. Yukiko seemed to be trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was probably boxed lunches that she'd made. As to how they might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have enjoyed them. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over and we'd lots of snacks. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroku store. Maybe I could have made it for Suzai Daigaku in time to play the last one. I wanted to talk with the owner of Daidara and get some books from the Menaido bookstore. I'd have had a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsumi shrine, waited for my uncle to cook dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. The one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems was the same person who stole Labrys. And if they've truly brought Nanako back into the TV world, I will catch them.
They're not getting away
no
from
matter
me.
what. As I run on, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down. True,
Someone
I may have lost
here?
my cool for a
Again?
moment. I reach towards the door with a relaxed smile. Margaret is in her usual position. Glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. Looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Margaret notices me looking at the side, a seductive sound, but also very annoying.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble. Though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her work. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Hannah? Margaret
You
pulls
have
herself
gained
together.
new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
A new resolve.
You
I find
have
myself
reached the
nodding along.
threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately, think about the question. I would be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment.
If I have my friends,
Even then.
if I'm not alone, I can do it.
I see.
Margaret
I have
nods
heard your
in
answer,
response.
but it's not enough. Remember what I told you before? the heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I have reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president and the state government. My encounter with a weapon of the heart, Tiger's son searching for her sister Lapis, and the determination that I've gained through these that I must accomplish. What do I show what I've decided through my actions? Seems that the number of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean that the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice. That was Miss President's voice. It's coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. I open the door to the announcement room and rush inside.
You're finally here! Hello, Sensei! Congratulations!
Hello.
How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
Good, actually. Sorry, I'm yawning because it's quite late. The General smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rise's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai! You're late!
I have to stay cautious to the General, but I signal to the girls that everything will be alright. The General is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one
Teddie,
more thing I need to
where's
know.
Nanako?
I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. General's face
Nana-chan's
drops.
right here. See?
Slowly, the General extends the arm that was held behind him. And there was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me,
Nanako!
obviously frightened. After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The General disappeared. For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The General had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly, right in front of me? Without me noticing? Well, I'm confused about the General's disappearance. Oh, sorry. Nanako weakly calls to me. Nanako is obviously weakened by being in the TV world. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the General later. I have to save Nanako right now. But I reach
Senpai,
up to
no!
Rise.
Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here? What did she say? She's right here. Just I'm about to say so, my head stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more, and in her eyes,
Oh,
I
so
saw madness.
close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You bastard!
I barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The General suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane. I get a good look at him as our weapons clash. I see the madness in his face, the same madness that I had seen in Nanako only a moment before. When I noticed that Nanako had disappeared.
You've got it wrong,
What's going on?
Senpai! It's all been him from the beginning! He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else!
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear!
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and what I hear. I'd realized that after the battles I had today. Seeing Nanako had made me forget. The General laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
Oh, is that Miss President's voice? Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights. Never been brought into this world himself. The appearance before me is a fake. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. Just as I thought. He couldn't deceive Rise's persona abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during his time. Now that I know that, I pushed the General's cane away and jumped back toward the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good. So I'm between them and I then look straight at the one.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously,
This
the level of
president is
intelligence around here. Find them. Here. Get a good look.
Is it? Why is it not? Are they the same? What? Wait, it is black. Right? It's... She has a shadow? I guess didn't have a shadow, did she? We didn't.
I am a
I
shadow.
don't know. But...
The true self.
Well, none of them did have shadows in Persona 3. Right, they just got personas
That's
pretty randomly, I think.
my face.
Don't say it. I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, a ponytail, and a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing
How about
behind
it?
me.
You
Trembling.
wanted to see what I am, didn't you? Why does she look like me? That's its true form. That thing is your shadow.
Why does
This
Miss President look like
is a
this
shadow?
female version?
She really came from inside me?
Doesn't she a little bit? The voice as well. Rise tries to calm Miss President down, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut, while Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being. I don't understand what she's going on, because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness that I'd had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. The way she avoided telling me her name. Her superhuman strength when she hit Chie. My incredible jump to get away from her. Those abilities interfere with the senses of other people. As Margaret had said, all the pieces of the puzzle were laid out before me. They've all come together and now I can see the truth. She is. Labrys, another weapon of the heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created the school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories, all of this took the form of Labrys' shadow, who manipulated everything.
Labrys, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
Miss Labrys only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. That's just a disguise more for herself than for us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to
I don't know what your
qualify.
past was like. It must have had some painful memories. But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
Right. I call out to Labrys while keeping an eye on the shadow. The shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. With that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts the darkness within her. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes to earth and tries to kill her. The Labrys continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something. Too bad he doesn't understand at all. These clowns are so hopelessly naive.
The shadow laughs shrilly, continues to smear more poison into Labrys's
Feel
palm.
my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon, a machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything. I have a good idea what's going on.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
Shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labrys's body, and instead of the normal human girl that had been a moment ago, she has a metallic body, just like her shadow.
No!
Labrys loses all composure, scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. There was more to her change than just her arm. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head. Everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we could say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her. Time words I've dreaded. You ready for it? You're not me. To be continued. Oh, you can't do that.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists
And
between
you
dream
saw
and
it.
reality, mind and matter. Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
To be continued. Wait. What do I do now? Do I have someone else's one now? Alright, well we'll
This
stop
is
for
a
today.
space that only those who have, in one way or another,
We'll
entered
do
into
your
a contract
skate now.
may enter. In your daily life,
do you
you
suppose
subconsciously
PA
heard the call to awaken, and you chose to
seen
follow the
Fancy.
destiny of your inner voice, thereby enacting your glorious awakening to your power.
Alright. Whew. I don't think anyone tuned in today. That's fine, I wasn't playing Origins. I might go back to that. But I'm gonna stop the stream